So real quick, I want to apologize for the video you're about to watch. So long story short, the lighting is not great in the video you're about to watch, but I thought that the content was pretty good, so I'm deciding to keep it. I did the best I could with it, but wanted to still do the video and not scrap the entire thing. So watch with that in mind. Hopefully you enjoy what you're about to watch. All right, hey guys, just got back from another backpacking trip in the Shenandoahs, and I wanted to do another gear unloading to kind of show you guys what I used, how I used it, what worked, what didn't work, that kind of thing. So over here on the table, this is where I kind of like get everything ready, put everything out, clean stuff, you know, make sure I got everything I need. First of all, this was a new piece of gear I got. This is a camera bag, and what's really cool about this was I had another one that's similar as a top loading bag. It was actually a little bit lighter, but I'll show you how I had it rigged before. So this is still loaded from, we just got back last night, so this is still loaded. So I'm going to throw this on real quick and show you. So the old one, I'm not going to fully put this on, I don't think I need to. So the old way I had it was similar to this, where the straps kind of connected here and the bag clipped on and hung from here. But this bag, this is a think tank bag, Mind Shift, and it came with all these extra straps so you can kind of put it on however you want. So this I have clipped to the load lifting strap here, up here. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's clipped here and then comes down through the shoulder strap there. So basically what I was trying to do was figure out a way to take the weight of this away from carrying it. So I figured if I could disperse the weight in many different places, it would make it lighter. Because this is about 4.5 pounds of camera equipment and batteries in this little bag. So the other cool thing it has, so this clip just clips on, and these are completely adjustable here, but it has these other built-in straps that come out here. What I did was took this and just looped it around the shoulder strap and then hook it back through on this side. So then there would be another one on this side, do the same thing, but then that keeps the bag from bouncing around and stuff like that. And it made it really easy and convenient to carry. And then the cool thing with the top loader is that I can strap extra hats to it here. And then when you have it open, the top kind of lays open like that, and you can put stuff here and then, you know, have access to your gear and camera stuff here, snacks, whatever. I mean, while I have it on, I might as well go through it. So I have this light pair of gloves here. These are made by Armadillo. They're really cool, synthetic, lightweight gloves. I use these to hike during the day. Basically, our trip was through the Shenandoahs. We started at, we camped at Big Meadows, started at Milam Gap, hiked up the AT to Lewis Falls, back to Big Meadows on day one, camped for the night, and it ended up being way colder than what we were expecting. And we were expecting 30s, upper 30s, and it ended up being upper 20s. So that's a big change in temperature. So I'm not sure, there was like a huge storm that came through the night before, so that probably was what brought that cold snap through. So we had originally planned to only camp one night at Big Meadows and then hike into Rose River the next night and camp there. But because it was so cold, we changed plans last minute and just switched it up and went back to Big Meadows the second night as well, and just did a way longer second day. We ended up doing almost 13 miles from Big Meadows up the AT to, I believe, the Salamander Trail, over to Hawksbill, up to the summit of Hawksbill, down the Hawksbill Trail to a horse trail. I can't remember the name of the horse trail, but that leads back to the Rose River, the whole Rose River, and then back up Dark Hollow back to Big Meadow. So it was a big day on day 2. But so for hiking during the day, thin gloves, I would have the buff around my neck, this around my neck here, so I can put it up around my face or up around the back of my ears like this. And then the hat that I wore during the day most often was this fleecy hat, and I got this one on Amazon. But what I really like about it is it's a buff, but it has a pull cord on the top that you can open it up so you can wear it around your neck. And the cool thing is that it has, it's not just a square, it kind of comes down on this side. So I'm going to take this hat off and show you how this works. So you can wear it like a thick buff, and then this part can come down into your neck area and really get you covered there. Or, you can wear it like this up around your face, or you can cinch this down. I apologize for my hair. Apparently I need a haircut. I'm looking a little homeless after spending a couple of days in the woods. But you can put it down like this and put it on, and then it also covers the back of your neck back here. Or you can kind of put it this way. If you wanted to sleep in it, you put it this way and it actually comes down over your face. So this is pretty versatile in terms of how you use it. Let me put this back on so you don't have to look at my hair. Is that better? Let me fix it. Is that better? All right. And then I had this hat for a couple of spots when it would get sunny. And the cool thing about this is just like a Columbia hat, super lightweight, packs down really easy, next to nothing. Keep it in my bag or until I need it attached to here. What else was in here? Had hand warmers, extra batteries and stuff like that. Battery charger, my GoPro, my other Fusion was in here. Thermometer, kept that. Got down to 27 was the low on the first night, 28 on the second night. So pretty chilly, especially when you're expecting upper 30s. The M100 had this, and then my battery pack here, my RAV power. I believe this is 22,000 milliamps. I use this, I charged my phone twice, I charged the GoPro twice, and it only lost 1 bar. It's probably way too much, but I bring it because I have GoPros and phones and other things that I like to charge, headlamps, whatever. I could probably cut this in half though, but I already had 2 of these, so I bring them. And then this, I have a multi-cable that is 1 cable, USB on one side, and then it has a iPhone, a USB-C, and a micro USB on the other side. And then this I can use to hang this from my hammock, is normally where this is. And then this goes in my Ridgeline organizer and then plugs in and charges all my stuff in my hammock. But because it was so cold, I picked up a trick and used the hand warmers at night and put the hand warmers in this bag at night. Super awesome, and doubly kept all my batteries, camera equipment warm all night. But also I snuggled with this thing and it actually warmed the entire bag. And so I slept with it under my top quilt, and it ended up keeping me warm. And the hand warmers were so warm inside of here that they were still warm in the morning. Front pouch here, I kept maps. Didn't use those maps, those are my backup. I use the All Trails app. This has like a rain fly for this that I didn't use, and headphones in case I wanted to listen to music at night. Didn't use those either. But yeah, just got this. This is going to be my new go-to bag for hiking. Alright, let me get this thing off, because I've had too much time carrying it. So, obviously, bag is the Osprey Exos 56 liter large size. So I think you do get the whole full 56 liters. I guess I'll run you through the back of the pack here. So on the back here, I keep water filtration, tarp, stakes, trash, camp shoes. Again, if you've seen any of my other unpacking videos, Walmart shoes, super cheap. Because it's so cold, I actually just ordered a pair of like fleece lined camp shoes that I'm waiting for. That should be here later this week. So I'll have those come in later. My Chill Gorilla tarp that I've modified with all the Dutch wear bling. I have my stingers and line there. Water filtrations or squeeze, pretty simple. For my trash, I use a lock sack and then I put a Ziploc bag in here. That way I just keep reusing this and I'm not putting trash in this. So I put the trash, like a Ziploc bag trash in here, put all the trash in the Ziploc bag, and then put the Ziploc bag in here so that nothing can smell the trash. And then this I can just keep using as the trash bag. And the XXX is not dirty, that just means that it's not porn. Not that I know of. But it's to signify this is not the food bag. What else is in here? Rain jacket, again, Frog Togs. Did not rain, didn't use it. Wasn't really even that windy. And then my steak bag, which I use for my steaks. The peg style, like the nail style. And then I just wrap my line around that, and then I have hookworms on the end there. And I just have 4 of these, and that's all I have. My puffy, North Face. This was very warm. I guess we'll get into more layers here. I think that's it. That's what I normally keep on the outside of my pocket there. And then my water, 2 smart water bottles on the outside pockets there. Like that. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes here. All right. I wish I had some meat and potatoes. Actually, I had meat and potatoes last night. It was awesome. Get home from a long hiking weekend, and my wife made low country boil. Man, there's nothing better than low country boil. So this is what I wore during the day to hike in. This is a Nike fitted, kind of a thick weight base layer deal. You get the thumb holes on in the sleeves, but it's kind of like thicker and really kind of keeps you warmish, you know. And then over this, I had this Columbia button down over that, and this was just like a nice extra layer over top. So this is what I hiked in during the day with just a pair of full-length pants. Shoes, I had the Ultra Temps, Darn Tough socks, and then the third day I used these compression socks during the day. It really kind of helps with your ankles and your feet and stuff like that. These I got on Amazon. They are SB socks. They worked really well. I also had knee braces too because my knees started hurting, and I had these, and I actually shared one with Chris, who I was hiking with. Both of us needed this by the third day as well on both our left knees. What else? This, more compression stuff. This is for either arms or legs. I just usually bring them. They can be sleeves in a pinch or extra layer. Food bag. Food bag, Osprey, ultralight, dry bag. Works really well. Titanium spoon spork. Long handle. I kind of gave up. I used the plastic spoon last time, I just went back to that titanium. It's just easier. It's metal. It's more durable. I just like it. This one's Vault Can. Super awesome. And then in here, food bag, lock sack. And in here, I have like a separate Ziploc. This one's about had it, but I have a separate Ziploc for snacks, and then in there's another one that I use for like spices and drink mixes, coffee, that kind of thing. And then this is for my little teeth brushers that I use. And then I have my bear line in here. This is the Dutchware bear line. Didn't need that. They had bear boxes at Big Meadows, but we would have needed that. Cook kit. This is the titanium 750 milliliter from Dutch. Little stand. So all of this kind of fits into one nice, neat little pocket there. This pouch comes with the cook pot. And in the cook pot, take the lid off there. I wrap everything in a handkerchief cook pot. And then in here, I have my lighter, which I slept with this because lighters don't work very well in the cold. My BRS little mini stove, and then my small canister. Ditty bag. This is a Sea to Summit dry sack. And in here, I have my headlamp, which I also slept with this. I just actually looped this through the top handle of the camera bag. I didn't put this in. I just figured it would be fine just sleeping with it. The camera bag probably would have been easy enough just to sleep with at night, to not have to put the hand warmers in there, but the hand warmers were nice. I slept very warm, especially on the second night. First aid kit, Band-Aids, medicine, that kind of stuff. Sunscreen, spare lighter goes in here. And then this came in handy. I made fire starters with cotton balls and Vaseline, and I thought it would be like super gross and messy when you're picking these things out, but it was kind of nice in the cold. Then you have like some chapstick. You just put it on your mouth or wherever you need chapstick. Poop bag, shit kit, whatever you want to call it. And then another bandana. And then some extra line, an extra continuous loop in case I break one. And then just like a little bit of amp steel in there if I don't throw everything. That was a good catch though, you see that? Alright, what else? Oh, so this is a new item. This is the 2T's gear hammock. So it's a gear hammock, but it's like 10 things in one. I got this from Dutchware. It can also serve as a gear hammock. It can be a chair. It can be a pack cover. It could be a wash basin. Oh, hey little buddy. Oh, got a little spider. Got a little spider from the woods in there. So this is really cool. And then you can actually take these out, and then it's just a big rectangle, so you can use it for like an emergency shelter or blanket or whatever you need it to be. It has the pocket built into it, so it's kind of a really interesting, versatile piece of gear. I was able to kind of like string it up and use it as a chair on the second night and kind of tied it off to a picnic table in a tree, but you know, you do need a suspension for it. And I have mine set up with whoopee slings and then 5-foot tree straps. And I use the Marlin spike and tree straps with this. Loved it. First time using it this weekend. Fleecy gloves. These gloves are actually the glove liners for my outdoor research winter gloves. But you know, you got your fingers and then you can take them out. These have been used a lot. I would actually probably want to get like a whole nother pair of these just because I really like them. Super warm. I just like having your fingers. I have all the fingers then. So my suspension, this is my hammock suspension, beetle buckles, spider straps. This is the suspension for the gear sling. And I would only bring this if I ever planned on using it as a chair. If I'm not planning on using it as a chair and I'm only going to use it as a gear sling, I probably wouldn't even bring this. But this is just 5-foot straps with a marlin spike. And then this was actually the bag. So I took this little bag along, just a little stuff sack, and then this is what I threw the hand warmer in. I didn't want to throw this in directly into the bag just in case. I've heard of these things breaking. So I threw it in here and then threw this whole sack into the camera bag. That's what kept everything warm. All right, getting into clothing. So this is all the extra clothes I brought. And I have a special new item in here. I did wear gaiters. I wore gaiters only because the pants I was wearing are North Face and they come just to the top of my shoe. So I did wear these and I'm glad I did. Wow, this bag smells real nice. Darn Tough socks. I have a funny story about that. I slept in this. I don't even know what brand this is, but it's kind of just like an activewear base layer. The name of it's been like worn off. It's so old, but it's just kind of like that athletic wear. It's really warm and lightweight. My Under Armour fleece. I really like this as well. My leggings. These are Nike. They're fleece line Nike. Or sorry, these are Reebok. Fleece line Reebok leggings. Picked these up probably on sale at TJ Maxx. Okay, so getting into my fleecy thick socks. So I really like these socks because if you can see this side, they're like fleecy and warm. That's the inside. This is the outside. They're nice and puffy and thick. But we had a casualty by fire. As you can see, these are now holey socks. I was warming my feet a little too close to the fire and burnt a hole in my socks. This is a new piece here. These are puffy pants, down pants. These, I am so glad I brought these. This was so warm. Having these down pants. I got these on Amazon. They were like $50. And I was kind of worried, you know, because they're an off-brand. They are, I don't even know how to say that. I don't know if you can see that. Tapassimi? But in the description, they are called sassy high-waisted down pants. And they are for men and for women. But they have pockets, zip pockets, pocket in the back. And they were extremely warm, and they weigh about a pound, so they're pretty light. And the material is actually pretty thick on them as well, too. It says they're waterproof, but I wouldn't trust that. My sit pad, I bring this. I use this on my feet, under my legs, while I sleep in my hammock. Or in the gear sling, when I had it as a chair, I threw this in it. So then it was kind of like an insulating layer inside the gear hammock under my butt so that my butt didn't get cold while I was sitting in my gear hammock as a seat. All right, what else is in here? Hammock, Dutchware Chameleon. I did bring my top cover for this. I have a symmetrical top cover. Also glad I have that. Because of the temps. And then I had, when I bought the gear sling, I also bought a second sidecar. So I have the side sling, which is the pocket that runs kind of down the side of the hammock. And then I added a side car, which is kind of the deeper pocket. But rather than putting a side sling on one side and a side car on another, I put them both on the same side. So I'm laying in my hammock, I have the side sling, and that's kind of like a lower, shallow pocket, and then I have the side car up by my head end right there. So how I used it is kind of like threw all my bits and bobs in the side sling. So like clothing, layers, stuff like that, stuff that I didn't really need quickly. But then stuff like when I took my puffy off or my pants while I was in my hammock, I could throw it into the side car because it was a bigger pocket and it's right there, so that I know. It was just a way of organizing stuff in there. Does make this heavy. This hammock is now, as it is, fully winterized, if you will, 2 pounds. So it's a heavy hammock like this. But if you took the top cover off, it would probably save a little bit of weight. And then inside here, I have my 0 degree underquilt. Whenever I get back from a trip, I don't like to leave everything all stuffed in my bag for too long. And in my garage here, I just kind of hook them up. Just like let it all air out a little bit. You know, just get the stank out of it. Probably all smells like campfire. But yeah, first night I had some issues with it slipping down, and I think all that happened was one of the adjustments on the underquilt had come undone at some point in the night. So the next night I cinched everything up tighter and tied a little slip knot in there so that it would not budge at night. And then, so everything in here is just stuffed into a trash compactor bag to keep it water resistant. This is my 10 degree top quilt from Hammock Gear. I had it zipped up with the foot box and everything. This was stupid warm all night. Let me get this so I can snap this together and hang it up here. Snap. Oh, snap. That was dumb. That was lame. Lame joke, Mike. Alright, let me hang all that stuff up. And last but not least, this item is my pillow. This is the Coop pillow. Talked about this in other videos. It's heavier, it's bulkier, but I don't care because it's more comfortable and I like it. I did find out though in the 20s, the gel memory foam actually starts to freeze. So yeah, if once you lay on it though, it warms right up and it softens up. And it didn't really freeze solid, but it was definitely stiffer. I just like this pillow better than an air pillow. I just really feel like this style pillow for me is way more comfortable anyway. I just felt like inflatable pillows just kind of like don't give you good support. They either just like puff out the sides and then you're just laying on nothing anyway. So what's the point? So this is nice and thin and it allows you to actually remove stuffing from it. It's much puffier than this when you buy it. I've removed probably 90% of the stuffing. I don't really know what it weighs and I don't really care because I'm bringing it anyway. And then I have shot cord with a little carabiner on there. I'm eventually going to get another pack of S-beaners that's smaller than this. But then this way I clip this to one of the D-rings inside the chameleon and that way it doesn't fall out. Pillowcase, need to clean that. I think that's it. Unless, I don't think I talked about my trekking poles. Trekking poles, very useful. I modified them to attach my GoPro to it so I don't have to bring a selfie stick or any other camera equipment. If I need a tripod, I just shove this thing in the ground. And then this one I can mount my camera to. I didn't. I've even debated on just completely removing this one and just having one GoPro mount on one side. And I removed the straps. I've never really felt like that was an issue. I know the straps give extra support, but a lot of times I'll just kind of wrap my thumb over the top or wrap the fingers over the top. So that gives you the extra stability there. And this has like a pretty big lip down the bottom, so I don't really feel like my hand is slipping off of it too much. But I think that's about it. I am going to get this stuff in the washing machine because it smells horribly, which is good because it means I used it. It smells like campfire and sweat. So That's what camping's all about, right? But yeah, that's what I used for this trip. I think it ended up being like overall the weekend was like 20, almost 22 miles total. First day was about 4 miles. Second day was about 13 miles, and then the last day was about 5 miles. I'm gonna make a map and put it up on All Trails, and probably provide the link to that map in this video. And I'm also gonna make a whole 360 video of the trip with previews and all that stuff. So I'll also provide those links in this video as well if you would like to check out the entire trip and see what that was all about. But other than that, yeah, I think we're good. Getting ready to go out with the kids this weekend, doing a family car camping trip locally. And it's going to be chilly again for our area. It's going to be in the upper 30s. So we'll see how cool it actually gets. But so we're going to clean all this stuff up and reboot for this weekend's trip. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.